Yo, what's up, guys? We are in another devlog. If I sound different, sorry. I'm sorry about that. It's just that my microphone has disappeared. Don't ask me where or why. But yeah, so I'm gonna be recording this from my phone. Hopefully, it turns out well. But as you can see here, let me just see. I believe I am trying out a different way to have the cars be destroyed, by rather than just destroying them once I get to the next area, destroying the last area's cars. I'm destroying them based on how far away they are from the player. So I'm just trying to cast to the player right now, and find the distance between the player and that current car, and I'm doing this in each car's blueprint. Now, this ended up being a point of difficulty. As you can see, I'm just not doing anything for a moment so that I can research and try to figure out how I am supposed to do this, because it actually was a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. For some reason, I couldn't figure out how to cast to the main character as the car every event tick. Now, I did end up finding a way. I think this might be what I'm doing right now, to do it without casting, because casting is not the most CPU friendly. I accidentally was destroying all the cars here, so I just had to find the distance. And so here is me testing how far away, because I didn't know what units this distance vector was going to be in, so I didn't know how far. And I think 5,000 wasn't enough, but 50,000, they would never disappear. So I end up having to do, I believe it was 8,000, and we will see in just a moment what I end up, because I end up figuring it out pretty quick, and I might change it up, see if it works well or not. That's just going to be something that is going to require a lot of what do you call it? Development testing. That's the word. And so once I get this to playable version, I'll have people beta test it and everything. But it's not the biggest concern right now, because I also am going to have to export it and see how the game runs, because it's going to run differently in the editor than it is as a standalone game. And I know the editor probably does a lot to try to make it not so much of a difference, but it should actually run better, because I don't have the editor that all the editor processes that my computer also has to process. I've like the lighting baked and all kinds of stuff that should already be ready, so it should be easier on the computer. So I think I go with 40,000 right now. I swear I turned it down more, but maybe I don't. Yeah, okay, so yeah, I'm getting rid of that destroy actor, once I get to a certain distance, just so I can only rely on the distance away from the car, rather than, if it's from, like, say, area 1, area 2, once I get to area 3 or area 4. And then, let's see, what am I'm trying to find the performance. So I tried using fraps, didn't really work. There we go. So I'm trying to use fraps, and I couldn't figure out how to get it to work on Unreal Engine. I'm not sure if there is a way. There should be a way, but I'm not sure. I haven't used fraps in ages, literally ages. Sorry. So I will end up I end up using the NVIDIA. Like if you click Alt R, it'll show you all your performance. It's probably a lot better than fraps, because not only does it show you your frames, it also shows, I don't know what the 99% frames are. I'm guessing that's what most frames are, and then like the 120 or whatever it is just your peak. I don't know though. And then you render CPU and GPU, as you guys can see in the top right hand corner. Now I'm trying to see, because there is actually a built-in way to do frames. So I was trying to figure that out. I'm researching. I ended up finding it, and I think it was a little bit more precise than the performance overlay that NVIDIA had. I'm not too sure if it really made that much of a difference or not, but I just wanted to really make sure, because I wanted to actually be running this at around 60 frames per second. For some reason I could only get like 25 or 30 frames per second, and if I tried turning on this fixed frame rate, at 30 it would be fine, but at 60 it would be like slow-mo, everything. It was weird. And on the smooth frame rate, minimum, maximum, got this all set up, and it would not change it at all. Now you can't see here, except for you can see up in the NVIDIA, but then when I end up finding the built-in one, because I'm like, maybe it's broken, and here's the fixed frames, it's in slow motion. It was the weirdest thing. If you guys know why it's doing that or how to fix that, please let me know down in the comments. It would be super helpful, just at least for future knowledge, because that really confused me. I should have researched it, but I didn't. But here's where I find the built-in one, and then I just have to do it in the viewport so I can actually see those. And as you can see, it's still staying in like the 30 to 40s. So I don't know what was wrong with it, why it wouldn't go up to like 60 or 120 frames per second. And maybe once I build the game, it'll run it higher frames, but for some reason it did not. Because I just wanted to have it be a lot smoother. I felt like it felt a little bit janky, and not as smooth as I would like it. Just updating, like, and maybe if I got rid of motion blur, because I feel like there is a little bit of motion blur in there, I can save it and have it look a lot more crisper, because I feel like the crispiness, if that makes sense, is not on par as it should be. And here's me just trying to research, trying to figure out ways to have the frames, sorry, I don't know why I'm yawning so much, have the frames exactly how I want them. Unfortunately, it doesn't really work, and I eventually just give up and leave it alone, and end up going to work on something that's exciting, that I feel like really changed the look of the game and made it have a lot more of the atmosphere that I'm going with. Now, I just want to say, I love the lights. The blue lights, it was such a good creative change from the orange to the blue. I don't know, it just gives me a lot more of that aesthetic that I'm going for, which this is actually the farthest I played into the game. We end up getting into the 20s, and jeez, and as you can see, there's times where it says it's running into memory cache or whatever, but then it destroys them. So maybe I can turn that down, but again, in the playable version, it'll be different. Now, I do not know exactly why I'm getting all these errors, and it almost looks like I was getting more errors than normal. Normally there isn't that many errors, but I also changed how it deletes them, but I don't know. It was really weird that it was still giving me errors, because the way that I had it last time, it would give me errors on the first one because there was none in that to previously do. But it was giving me errors too. Now, as you can see, I'm using Milanote to keep all my plans really in order and make sure I get everything done. I'm not sponsored by Milanote, but Milanote, if you want to sponsor me, I would love that. But as you saw, I fixed the way that the cars are destroyed, or at least for me, I fixed it. I'm happy with it now. And now I decided to add something new and add lanes. I already had a thing for adding lanes, I believe, and then adding the, what do you call it? Adding spawns. I don't know. Anyways, you guys just saw it. I either was planning it or I had it in there. I can't remember now. But right now I am trying to group these walls because it's such a mess, but I found there's nothing really to group on, which is honestly really, really weird that there's not like a way to um, group components. I guess like I can I can kind of group them, but it's under another component. I just want something just to group those components. Now I'm honestly not sure what I'm doing right now. Um, yeah, I'm just paused. I don't know where I went, or not where I went, but like, I don't know what I'm doing right now. I might be researching to see if there's a way to group components. I don't know, but I gave up, and I end up dragging out a cube. Not it was originally attached to the bottom base plate, and I tried sizing it, and I realized maybe not the best idea, because then the one of the cube is the size of the main. I want a smaller cube, much smaller ones. So as you can see here, I am just modeling this out. Now it's kind of a lengthy process. I do try to do it fast using copy and pasting, but all it all it's me doing once I get this all down to the right size. I color it, and then I just copy and paste them down. And then once I do that, and like I have them kind of looking how I want to, I end up just copying copying it down and making, I believe it's 4 lanes, and then I do an outer one. Um, Now I really like this color. The problem is how bright it is, so I spent some time trying to see, because I completely forgot I had made something not reflective in one of the previous devlogs, and I can't remember what it was because that was like a month ago probably. So I ended up not being able to figure out where to make it not reflective, and I end up just, I believe I changed the color, but the material, but we'll see in a bit. And this is just me copying them down, spacing them evenly because I'm OCD about that. And then I was going to layer it on top of each other, but it was too hard to like layer it on. Bro, I'd be yawning like all day. Come on. But it was too hard to patch it up, as you can see there. So I ended up just kind of winging it and moving it, and I don't know. Like I feel like I got it. Like I still got them pretty evenly spaced, and I ended up realizing that I had too many. I deleted some, so I think they're evenly spaced, and I don't know what I'm doing right now because that's not. I'm over. I'm overly. But okay, actually, we skipped way ahead to now that I have the 4 lanes, and as you can see, I deleted some of them. I ended up deleting more, but as you also can see, I have those little side markers, like on a road, how they have this, the, it's not a yellow line, it's more of a white line, but they still have like the solid line going down the edge, kind of signifying the curve. So now that I have those yellow lines in, oh yeah, I did add the add lanes. I'm going to have to be doing the spawning behavior, but I figured that I wouldn't do that in like today, and I would just finish it off here. And as you can see, this is kind of what I wanted to do with the, what do you call it? That's what I wanted to do with the game. So as you can see, this is kind of what I want to do with the Endless Hesi, all my plans for building it and then getting ready to publish, and then where I'm going to publish it. But yeah, without further ado, I'm going to end off the stream here, or not, sorry, stream, the devlog here. I'm so used to streaming. And I'm going to thank you guys for watching. If you have anything you want me to add into the game too, suggest it down below. Any helpful tips for Unreal Engine, anything that I could do better in the stream, or sorry, in the devlog or in the game, yeah, just leave it all down below, and then don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe because it's free, guys. I guess I told you to comment twice. But anyways, thank you guys for watching the devlog, and I will see you guys in 2 weeks for the next one.